So how's the car cleaning going?
Good. My boyfriend's doing the whole thing because I'm doing this.
Right.
I don't know. He's recording it for his podcast.
Why?
I don't know. It's just so. I don't know.
Okay, we're back.
Oh, all right.
So I took a class last week on disc communication styles. I mean, every class I ever take is about communication styles, but this one was particularly good. DISC stands for dominance, influence, steadiness, and compliance. So right off the bat, major points for using the same part of speech in all your attributes. It is galling how uncommon that is. Anyway, people are either high or low in each category. If you wanted to picture somebody who's very high D, think like Jack Donaghy from 30 Rock.
That is terrific. I really enjoyed
High
that.
I, that's like Mr. Peanut Butter from BoJack Horseman.
Is this a crossover episode?
High S is like Jerry from Parks and Recreation, and high C is like Leslie Knope. So I am low D, high I, high S, and low C. And let me tell you, dear listener, when I read the overall assessment of myself, I felt very seen. Zachary can be seen as a person of goodwill. He can be friendly with others in many situations, but primarily with groups of established friends and associates. He is most likely to be at his best in situations where important things, such as values, judgments, feelings, and emotions are involved. He wants to be seen as his own person, but usually projects it in friendly terms. He seeks popularity and social recognition. He likes to deal with people in a favorable social environment. Zachary influences most people with his warmth. He likes feedback from his manager on how he is doing. Zachary prefers not disciplining people. He may sidestep direct disciplinary action because he wants to maintain the friendly relationship. When he has strong feelings about a particular problem, you should expect to hear these feelings, and they will probably be expressed in an emotional manner. Zachary judges others by their verbal skills and warmth. He is people-oriented and verbally fluent. Zachary may use his time imprecisely because he likes to talk to people. He usually uses many gestures when talking. But, as we got deeper into discussing the individual factors of DISC classification, I started to see what a weird contradiction it was to be high in both influence and steadiness. High I people, in general, are optimistic and sociable. They tend to approach problems creatively, and they tend to procrastinate. High S people are excited by routine and productivity. They dislike change. So how can I like creativity and dislike change? Now, high I people also tend to emotionally overshare, which, you've heard my podcast. But it says here that high S people tend to mask their emotion. So, am I a serial killer? I actually read on Twitter recently, I think it was Danielle DeLeon. She said that MBTI is astrology for people with LinkedIn profiles, which is very accurate. But if you're a strong believer in either one of those, don't take that in a dismissive way. Both of them, and DISC too, I think what they're really doing is providing you with sets of words and ideas with which to try and understand yourself, give names to things, recognize patterns of behavior. And understanding myself is clearly something that I'm really interested in doing. Sometimes I think I'm an extrovert who is kneecapped by my anxiety. But other days I feel like an introvert in denial. I think I might be both. I think I could be a good listener, but I have a short attention span. And I know that I think more clearly when I talk out loud, but my default tendency is to disappear within myself. And, I guess it's fair to admit that, while I don't have a LinkedIn profile yet, I'm probably pretty close to getting one. I'm on that side of the equation. But if I was into astrology, I think I would probably come to similar conclusions. Because, guess what? I'm on the cusp between two signs. I can't catch a break here. Why can't I just be one thing? I mean, on some level, I know that I would hate that. Or at least, part of me would. Okay, who am I talking to?
This is Tyler.
Hi, Tyler.
Hi.
So, what are you doing today?
I am at work right now.
Okay.
I work at a health food store in a very small town.
What kind of health food stuff do you guys sell? Do you guys sell, like legitimate health food or, like Is there a prominent dry goods section, I guess is what I'm asking.
Dried as in like dried kale or mainly like protein powders and stuff like that.
So like if somebody wanted to make their own tea, like they'd be out of luck.
Yeah, we're not that type of place.
So I'm just gonna picture you in front of like a stack of like GMC protein powder.
Yeah, well, I mean that's what my shirt says. So.
Do you do that? Do you do like the protein powder thing?
What do you mean?
Like, do you take it? Do you eat it? Is that what you do with protein powder? Do you snort it?
When I'm before the gym, I usually take rails of it to kind of amp me up. But other than that, I drink it.
It's such an unfamiliar thing to me. I mean, call me old-fashioned, but I don't really think that I don't put a lot of stock in any powder to do anything for me. Like
that's 100% fair.
If it were the case that just like eating a powder would make you jacked or thin or whatever, then
everybody would be jacked and thin, and
there'd just be like a lot of extra just like dust in the road from all the powder that everybody was driving home with all the time.
When it comes to like protein, it helps. Like if you don't eat enough protein and you work out, you won't gain as much muscle.
How much protein am I supposed to be eating?
Do you work out a lot?
I mean, no.
Then they say about 1 gram for every 3 pounds of body fat or body mass.
All right, so how many grams of protein are there in like normal non-powdered food?
Chicken breast has like, I don't know, 20, 25.
So it's not like there's not a significant gap that I need to close here.
No, but if you're like powerlifting, then you want to get like 150 grams of protein a day.
Should I be powerlifting?
Everybody should be powerlifting.
So here's my concern about powerlifting. I already have a pretty big neck. I don't need my neck to get any bigger. If I'm lifting giant weights, is my neck gonna grow significantly? Because I already have a shirt problem.
When was the last time you looked at The Rock?
I looked at yeah, you're right. His neck is bigger than his head.
It's like neck. It goes from like his earlobe to his shoulder.
But here's the thing: The Rock can afford a tailor.
Custom-made shirts.
Yeah. I don't know. I imagine that the drawbacks are also significant, right? Like back pain. I mean, dry mouth from all the protein powder.
Well, you mix it with water, right?
No, I know. But like if you're in a hurry and you don't mix it up very well.
You were a kid at one point, right? You made Nesquik before?
Sure, yes. I mean, I resent the first half of your question. You were a kid at one point, right? Of course. You think I was born just exactly like this? Came out of my mother's womb with this nasally voice and this, anyway, go on.
Neck.
Yeah.
It's like you've made Nesquik and you don't have an issue making Nesquik. I don't know.
But I'm saying, like, if I'm at the gym and I got to get to the weight machine because, because Tyler is going to be, he's headed there first. And it's like, I got to get there quickly. I think about everything the way I think about Chopped. I'm imagining the weightlifting bench as like the ice cream machine of the gym. Everybody's got to get to it as fast as possible. So you throw down that protein powder. Some of it doesn't get mixed up. There's little dry bubble pellets in there.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah. I don't want that. So I don't think powerlifting's for me. I think I used to more than I do now. I think I used to adopt like a defensive character in situations where I felt uncomfortable.
And what was his name, Zach?
Sasha Fierce. But it was like that. It was like a not really a persona, but like it was a way of not having to relax or be myself.
I think a lot of people have that, though. I have my, very nervous on version, and then just, my normal version.
Do you feel like when you start a job, do you feel like you have a work personality that is different? Yeah, and then if you work there long enough, it kind of goes away?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I think about, I, notice it all the time, here. When I first started, I was definitely not as loud and talkative and commenting about everything as much as I do now. Like, I will, like, push myself into conversations because I'm like, I have funny to say. Like,
Like, with my, like, work personality, I don't know how much of it went away or how much of it I just absorbed into myself. Because when I first started working where I work, I had no reason, I had no, like, professional parts of my life at all. But now I have to, like, represent myself professionally all the time for all kinds of reasons. And so, like, that professional self I had to be my work self when I was buying a house. I had to be my work self when I was at the baby's doctor. And now it's all just, like, young Zach is dead. And only work Zach is alive.
Well, most of that is literally just, like, growing up. Because, like, you kind of just, like, get more comfortable with, like, being yourself and not giving a f***.
That's true.
I used to be really shy, like, not even that long ago. Like, when I first met you, I was like, I can't talk to people. People are terrifying. And now I'm, like, literally, well, no. I don't say hi to every stranger that I meet. But, you know, I'm, like, not as standoffish as I used to be.
Like half the strangers. You're working your way up to all the strangers.
And then I kind of learn how to tone it down when I am in a adult situation, which is like my job right now is like the most professional adult thing I've had, and it's still not very adult or professional.
What's some good, like, lingo from your line of work? If I was gonna make a movie about people that work in, like, art restoration or, like, outdoor art, public art, anything in that world, what's the kind of tech jargon they'd be saying to each other?
I don't know what it's like for other places, but, like, for us, we have weird names for things just because they don't really necessarily fall into, like, traditional art. So, like, there are parts of the mosaic that are just called blobs because it's like they're not anything else. Like, that's what the artist calls them, is literally just blobs.
So yeah, because they're not like, it's not like a shape, it's not like a tetrahedron or something, so you're just like, blob.
Yeah, it's just a mass of grout that you put in and then you drill it into the wall. We do have, like, so the like tour guides that work here have, like, their own, like, secret codes for, like, specific kinds of guests.
Oh, perfect.
So if someone comes in and they're being, like, problematic, or, like, you can tell that there's gonna be a problem when they come in, then they say into the walkies, swan boat. And that comes from an old coworker that we had that worked at the, like, Seaport Museum where they have swan boats. And there was just one lady that was just, like, wouldn't get out of it or something, and they were, like, about to close, and she, like, wouldn't get out of the swan boat, and it was, like, a whole thing. When someone, like, hot comes in, they say Disco Inferno. That one's a little bit less, like, subtle. But I love swan boat, because, like, I just want to use swan boat all the time.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to start using it in my regular life. Got a real swan boat situation happening over here.
This swan boat.
Hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
All right, how are you?
I'm doing great. It's a holiday, so I've got a 4-day weekend.
It is? Today?
Yes, it's Rosh Hashanah.
What? Oh, it's Rosh Hashanah. Yeah. Oh, Lashana Tova, right?
There you go. Thank you very much.
Okay, wait. And the year is it 1570?
No.
17?
No.
What year is it?
It's 5779.
All right. I was there with the 5s and 7s.
You're more than 3,000 years off. That's okay.
5779. That's like, it's just when you picture that number, you just picture like a prog rock album cover, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh goodness.
So Rosh Hashanah is the New Year, and then but this is like a good holiday. Not a lot of like atoning or having to like go answer for. So cool. All right. Well, so we're in party mode.
Yeah, it's a very happy holiday. You're supposed to think about good things and relax and have a good time.
All right. Well, let's do that. What are some good things lately?
Good things lately. I just
in your life.
Well, yeah, I figured. There's a new nephew. That's
yeah?
Thing. Yes. And work's looking up, and it's nothing. I can't really think of anything bad. Just, everything's going pretty well.
I mean, like, yeah, personally, the world out around us on fire, but like personally, everything's okay.
Globally disastrous, but I'm doing okay.
Yeah. You're an aunt already though. This is not your first time being an aunt?
Yeah, there's many of them.
What kind of aunt are you?
The kind that you go to when you badly need someone to watch your kid. The responsible one.
Oh, okay. So you're like babysitter aunt.
Yes.
I think that's a role. Because everybody on the internet always talks about cool wine aunt, but like that's a different aunt.
Yeah.
Or at least it's the same aunt at a different part of her life.
Yeah. It's that kind of aunt makes me a little bit nervous.
I always thought I would be a cool uncle,
Mm-hmm.
but now that I am a father, I think I'm not going to be a cool uncle. I think I'm just going to be like a utility uncle. Because like what are my nephews going to care about? They're going to care about my son. Mm-hmm. Like I'm just going to be in the background.
Mm-hmm.
And so and whereas like my brother Morgan, who does not have children, he's the marquee attraction at his house. That makes him cool uncle, and that makes just me. There isn't even a second kind of uncle.
I was 3 when I started watching The West Wing. I was like 4 episodes from it originally premiering.
And you were how old were you?
I was 3.
3 years old.
Yes.
And so, like, what kind of parent?
My parents are big, they're lefty political activist kind of people. And I just started watching it with them and never stopped. And everyone thought it was very weird. But as I got older, it's like affected the way I talk. It affected the way I write. I had professors in college told me that I was like stealing phrases.
Good writers borrow from other writers. Great writers steal from them outright.
I feel like raising a young child in the early days of the Bush administration is not unlike now. And like I could see, if Arlo was 3 years old and he was like super into Pod Save America, like just letting him listen to it.
Yeah.
It does more good than harm.
Absolutely. It's an idealistic worldview. Watching The West Wing taught me that it's important to shoot as high as you can go, even when it's hard. To be a good guy, you got to play by the highest set of rules. That's what it taught me.
What about season 5? What do you think about that?
Garbage. The whole thing is garbage.
Yeah, it's really hard. It's a real wall to get over. Like when Josh like gets sort of demoted for a while, and the lady who was from The Wire takes over.
Yeah.
Oh my god! And then like Fitzwallace gets killed in a SUV accident.
Yeah, all that trip, the Gaza trip. It's not good. It's also, because Sorkin writes, he does the hyper-realistic dialogue so well, and no one is able to recreate that. And you can tell from like the opening of the first episode of season 5, you can tell that it's going to be different, and it hurts my ears a little bit. Not into it.
Yeah. Here's another question about Aaron Sorkin. I feel like Aaron Sorkin does not get enough credit for building in self-criticism into his writing. Like, self-criticism for his characters expressing sexist views, self-criticism for sort of clumsily fumbling through sort of like hot-button topics. Like, I don't know if you ever watched the campus rape episode of The Newsroom, but half the episode is about the controversy that it was going to create. Like, he knew people were going to call him an old white man idiot, and he engages with that in his characters. I feel like I'm not talking to anyone.
Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. No, but you're right. I think a lot of the criticism is unfounded, and it sort of feels like the people who bash Sorkin didn't really watch the show or didn't give it enough attention. And Newsroom's the same way. It's because the Newsroom, it's basically the West Wing, just with a different backdrop. He puts a lot of effort into making sure people see the different sides of what he's talking about, and a lot of people just don't pay attention to that.
Yeah, I think that the entire thesis of like the last and most controversial season of the Newsroom is that because we are losing these other arbitrating forces, like news that's about news that everyone watches, that's objective and all that stuff, because we're losing these things, other aspects of culture, like the internet, are taking over, and that's not necessarily a good thing. And that's not wrong.
No, it's absolutely right. I mean, it's also when you're my age and you kind of grew up with the internet, a lot of your childhood is spent defending the internet and saying that the internet is a force for good. And in the last few years, more and more I've been saying, actually, it's kind of bad, like a lot of the time. And yeah. I'm moving to that side of the debate and seeing the bad stuff more than the good stuff. And I relate a lot more to that argument when he talks about like internet investigators and internet cops and stuff, and how it's not effective and not regulated, and sort of the beginning of a dystopian novel.
Yeah, the lady, the white supremacist hand signals thing at the Kavanaugh hearings.
Yep. Absolutely.
Was it the Boston bombing that Reddit thought they found the guy who did it?
Yep, and was calling up the sister of a guy who wasn't involved, and rape threats and things. Exactly. It's nightmare zone. It's nightmare zone.
And the Newsroom was on the air when that was happening. Yeah. So I guess I don't understand. Not that Aaron Sorkin needs anybody to defend him. He's got children. He's got a family. Probably the only place Aaron Sorkin needs anyone to defend him is like the movie Steve Jobs, which was not his fault. Danny Boyle that movie up.
He did, he did his best with with his part of that project.
Yeah, Danny Boyle over-directed the out of that movie, and that's what ruined it. Otherwise, like, if some enterprising high school drama department wants to take the Steve Jobs script and do a stage production of it,
teenagers would rock that thing.
I'm going to be playing Steve Jobs, and I'm Rachel, and I'm in 11th grade.
I'm Kylie, and I'll be playing Andy, and I'm in 9th grade.
I'm Megan, I'll be Joanna, and I'm also in 11th grade.
Perfect. Okay. So, auditorium. Morning. We're in the middle of a conversation taking place on a stage between Steve Jobs, Joanna Hoffman, and Andy Hertzfeld, all late 20s, early 30s. Andy is explaining a problem to Joanna. Steve seems to not be listening.
The screen says it's an unimplemented trap, but the dialog box is wrong. It's a system error.
When did it happen?
About 10 minutes ago. We've been working on it.
An unimplemented trap?
It's a system error.
So what's the upshot?
It's not going to say hello.
It absolutely is going to say hello.
It's nobody's fault. It's a system error.
You built the voice demo.
Look.
Keep your voices down.
The voice demo was flaky. I've been telling you that for... This thing is overbuilt.
It worked last night. It worked the night before that. It worked 3 hours ago.
It's not working now, so let's just skip over the...
Hell no.
Shh. Skip over... Everything else is working. Skip over the voice demo.
We need it to say hello.
You're not hearing me. It's not gonna...
Fix it.
Fix it?
Yeah.
In 40 minutes.
Fix it.
I can't.
Who's the person who can?
I'm the person who can, and I can't.
You have to keep your voices down. Joel Forsheimer is sitting out in the house.
I don't care. Who's Joel Forsheimer?
A writer for GQ. He's been shadowing you for a week. Did you notice?
Alright, what are your guys saying?
It's some kind of race condition, but we haven't been able to track it down yet.
Is the synthesizer sampling fast enough?
No, so the rates are off and it keeps crashing.
It's 20 seconds out of a 2-hour launch. Why not just cut it?
We can't cut it. 2 days ago we ran a Super Bowl and that could have won an Oscar for Best Short Film. There are more people who can tell you about the ad than can tell you who won the game.
I understand, but the ad said the Mac was going to save the world. It didn't say it was going to say hello. We're going to open the house in 5.
Nope, don't open the house.
Part of the problem is we can recompile, but if it's a hardware problem, we can't get into the back.
Why not?
You want to tell her, or should I?
Don't start with me, man.
Why can't he get into the machine?
You need special tools.
What kind of special tools? Just a screwdriver?
He didn't want users to be able to open it. You need special tools.
Is this for real?
There are 100 engineers walking around here. None of them have the tools.
In fairness, not many of them were issued the tools.
What about you?
I left them at the office. It was 3 a.m. and...
Oh my god, just cut the hello.
No.
What's the first rule of a launch? It can't crash.
It's not gonna crash.
It just did.
So fix it.
We're not a pit crew at Daytona. This can't be fixed in seconds.
You didn't have seconds. You had 3 weeks. The universe was created in a third of that time.
Well, someday you'll have to tell us how you did it.
That was amazing. That was awesome.
I was screaming.
I think the best part.
Oh, it's like my cue.
It's so...
Okay, so that was another Office Hours episode of the last podcast. Thank you so much for listening. I want to thank all of our callers. That was Caitlin at the top of the show. She called me while cleaning out her boyfriend's car after a road trip, so most of the audio was too rough, but, you know, we talked about Paramore. It was a good time. Then that was Chris on the hot mic trying to explain to his girlfriend what Office Hours were all about. And then the main segments were in order: Tyler from the health food store, Never Found Out Where, Yara from Philly, and Molly from Philly. So thank you, everybody, for calling. I also want to thank the Sorkin players, Megan, Rachel, and Kylie. I also want to thank their mother, Karen. It takes a particular kind of family friend who does not react at all when you say, hey, I'm going to show up at your house around 6 o'clock tonight with a microphone, and I've got a script I want your kids to read. On a personal note, I just want to give a quick shout-out thanks to Ann Rugg at Commute Smart Seacoast for hooking me up with some free tickets to the New Hampshire Film Festival this weekend. Commute Smart. Hey, have you thought about walking to work? You should. Anyway, I know I ended the last episode of Office Hours by saying I was going to hold them more often, and I don't think I've done it once since that episode aired over a month ago. But I operate on a different timeline now, okay? I'm still going to do Office Hours more, so keep an eye out on Twitter, Instagram. Call in. Talk to you soon.